It's time to dust off the crock pot and start making your favorite recipes in one dish.
We are cooking up a storm with meteorologist Jacob Dickey. What's going on?
Well, you know, we've talked about woolly worms for so long. I thought we needed to come up with a dish to eat them. So I've got my woolly worms right here. Now, I've taken all of the hair off of them.
Ha, ha, ha,
and
ha,
the legs.
Real
and this
knee
is,
slapper.
Yeah, no. It's just pasta. We've got some pasta. We're doing a pasta dish today.
Oh, my goodness.
Chicken Cacciatore. And we're doing
that sounds like my last name, doesn't it?
Kind of, yeah.
Every time you say it, I'm like, that's my last name. But it's not.
Grace Cacciatore.
Cacciatore.
Are we going to call you that now?
Cacciatore. Actually, please don't. I shouldn't have made that.
Yeah. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to have a really good meal, and I wanted the crock pot because it's so busy with weather and all these things going on. And this here I found is a great way to have a nice, traditional, hearty, classic Italian meal done in the crock pot for me. Takes minimal work ahead of time, but that little bit of legwork up front. You let it marinate or cook low and slow, and then it's going to do some magic with the flavors in that here. So what I want to do first is talk about my pasta.
Okay.
You guys make pasta all the time, right? You know how to cook it, and pretty easy to do.
Yeah. You boil some water, you throw it in, you're good to go.
Yeah.
Right?
Sounds like you just go get like cheeseburgers at the local store or something.
Well, maybe that too.
So this is something that my wife taught me. I didn't know this. So I made my pasta ahead of time. See how it's not sticking at all? You ever had when spaghetti sticks together?
Oh, yeah.
So what she told me once is she says, well, when you finish your pasta and you drain it and you put it in a bowl, add some non-stick spray, as long as it's olive oil. You can use regular oil too, but just a little bit in there and it won't stick. That's my hack for the day.
You spray it to the noodles or in the dish
into the noodles, straight into the noodles. And then I just shook it up in there. And so it won't stick, and when you refrigerate it, it's not going to stick together.
You could probably do both.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So that's
Good tip, Amy. Thank you.
Yeah, I know, right? She's the greatest. I totally don't deserve her. So this is penne pasta, and you can use whatever you want for the chicken cacciatore, but I just wanted to start with that and put it to the side.
Okay, what does cacciatore mean?
Well, cacciatore is Italian word. It has to do with like hunters, and it's a way that it's cooked traditionally in Italian.
In a crock pot?
Well, no, I've obviously varied it, you know.
So it's not traditionally made in the crock pot.
It is fairly simple to do, but let's talk about it. You go home, you know, you want to have a meal ready to go. This will go low and slow 6 to 8 hours while you're at work. You don't have to worry about anything like that. So just take a little prep work in the morning. That prep work is going to entail taking chicken. I've got some chicken over here. We're going to save the steps and not actually assemble right now. I've got it in the crock pot here. But you take the chicken. Now, you can either use chicken thighs or you can use chicken breasts.
What's your go-to?
Chicken thighs for chicken cacciatore.
A little more flavor?
The flavor, yeah. That brown meat's really good. And normally you want to do bone in. In the crock pot, if you do bone in, you got to add a little extra time. I went ahead and had already deboned with my chicken from the store, but chicken breast works too. You can chunk it and make it smaller, and that's also going to cook quite a bit quicker, actually. So if you're looking for something fast, you can do that. You can also speed it up in the high setting. So there's some chicken breast there. In here is my chicken thighs, and why don't I slide in and pull one out?
Come on over.
Should I switch with
Swap
you?
me.
Perfect. So I'm going to pull one out here just to look.
Good.
And what we've done is we've taken these chicken thighs in there, and then we've put them at the bottom. We greased the inside, and then on top we poured what we need, which is crushed tomatoes on top. And then we've done some garlic and onions that I sauteed in the drippings. Because what I want to do is the key here is you can put it in there without doing any cooking, but if you brown the chicken in the skillet for a few minutes, that's going to caramelize the outside and give it a lot more flavor. And but you don't have to do that, Heather.
You know, I'm going to tell you, whenever I see a recipe that involves browning something before I put it in the crock pot, it's an immediate no for me.
Well,
that defeats the purpose of crock pot.
Extra
if I have to pull out an extra piece of equipment to make a crock pot dish, absolutely not.
I did say it was optional at the beginning, so you can.
Yeah, but no, I would not do it.
Okay, well, that's fine.
Did you do it?
Absolutely.
You did not. That is
sure did.
not
I've got the dirty pan down here somewhere. Here's my dirty pan. There you go.
Oh, okay, fine.
When you do that, that's just going to add something. It's still going to taste delicious if you don't. So no worries if you don't have time.
So why do it?
Yeah, well, you know, it just adds a little extra flavor to it.
So, you are
above and beyond.
I'm extra. I want extra flavor, right? So we put in our crushed tomatoes in here, and then we've done garlic and onions sauteed in the drippings. Added that in there. Green pepper is traditional in there, and then we added Italian seasonings. Now
you've got a ton of seasonings.
Well, I do, yeah. So I was actually looking. I don't have any Italian seasoning pre-made, but it's really easy to do. You can do basil, oregano, rosemary, thyme, and marjoram, and do those 5 seasonings. 2 tablespoons of basil and oregano, 1 of rosemary, and 1/2 of thyme and marjoram, and that's an Italian seasoning blend.
Oh, okay.
Super easy to make, really good, and you got good flavors. We're gonna let it cook in here, low and slow, for 6, 7 hours or so. I'm also gonna have a little bit of my balsamic vinegar in there, and it's just gonna really marinate together and have those flavors come together all in that crock pot while I'm at work. I don't have to look at it. It cooks on its own.
Is this gluten-free for Grace?
This part is, this is the pasta.
We'll leave out the pasta.
This can easily be served with, any sort of...
Once this is all cooked, does it have a good shelf life in the fridge? Like crock pot, it always makes a lot. You can't always finish it.
You aren't going to keep this in the fridge. You're going
to eat it all? All right. That was
going to be delicious.
We'll see when we actually try it.
Okay.
Swapping back with you. All right, we're going to have the big reveal coming up. In the meantime,
maybe Judy will eat some too, right?
Maybe.
You hungry?
Yes. Jacob will post his recipe online on his Facebook and at CILiving.tv.